Okay, there, I fixed it. Round 11 of 14. Okay, folks, this is game 10, round 11 of the Montreal Scrabble tournament from May of 2022. And I'm playing the eventual winner of the tournament, Jared Cappel. This is the second time I'm meeting him in the tournament, and I want my revenge. I really want my revenge. So, Jared's doing extremely well. He's like 9-1 in this event so far, and it's pretty much no stopping him. But maybe I can do something. So Jared opens with Hoyden. Um, I play Anoa. This is kind of rough position, but this seemed like the best move. Doesn't give much back. Keeps the H. Keeps a balance. Uh, Cat comes down, and I play Whim. Yeah, Whim is fine. Queenie, everything good so far. And here Fib comes down. Yeah, so everything's totally normal. But then he plays Resewed, and I tank. I hold his play for like I think over a minute, and take all the time in the world to try and make sure that this is a word. Try to remember it, and eventually I do remember that it's probably a word. But I have lost a decent amount of time thinking about it. And here is an interesting position where I have this rack, ACDL, and PX, and I can play Pax for 49. And I can also play Planche, which is a more, I would say it's a more, the play of Planche makes more sense, sort of, like in a way where, like, I'm down by 100 points and it keeps the scoring pressure, but also opens the board by playing to this H. If no play happens to this H, it's somewhat likely that this top part of the board, top left, top right, sort of 1 and 2 rows, don't ever get opened. Um, Although, yeah, there could be a play through the R. It could be a bingo though. If there's a bingo to the R ever, then yeah, that's going to be really hard to open any more space on the top. So taking advantage of trying to open this space makes sense. However, it's not that big of a deal. It's just an idea. So it's possible that playing Pax is okay. Um, but it's also better leave. The X seems to be well suited to score next turn. I'm setting it up even kind of. Um, if I want it, I can draw stuff like waxed. Um, it just seemed better, but 49 points is a lot to give up. And then Argental comes down, and for a second I was really upset because I thought I'd given him this bingo, but he has Tangler. I wasn't blocking him anyway. Um, and here's where I sort of falter, I think. Took me a really long time to see this. I almost made another play. DOUX at L9. Um, but D11 XU is probably the play here. Um, Making X and FEU. It's kind of hard. Vowels that take U's, vowels, sorry, 2 letter words that take U's, like YO and FE, um, are pretty hard to see. But yeah, definitely should have seen that. That was a lot better than Radix because Radix just gets rid of all of my good letters, opens up scoring spot, um, and yeah, just does not keep a good balance. And then yeah, Je comes down, and now I'm down 142, and I just didn't understand why. But having missed XU, that was it. Um, so yeah, this is okay. Probably I could play a foul at 2D and open this huge spot up. Wave comes down. Pogo comes down. Odia comes down. I'm still down 130 points. I could play Zygote here. I didn't see Zygote. I only saw Zonul, and thought that this was better because it scores 50 and it plays off fewer letters. I'm way likelier to bingo next turn. I basically need to bingo twice here, and after Zygote, even one bingo might not be enough to win. So yeah, having to bingo twice means trying to play off fewer tiles and maximize your chances of doing so by keeping the blank. But it's possible that Zygote is the play just because it scores so many points. 70 to be precise. 22 points is a lot. So Rose comes down. Jared's just scoring phenomenally. It's just impossible to catch up to him. Yeah, Guddle could be better than Cuddle, even though Guddle scores 22, this scores 28. Again, I could be sacrificing points here to maximize my chance of bingoing next turn. But yeah, again, this is really grasping at straws at this point. I need a miracle. Irear comes down, nice find. Keep the scoring pressure up. And here I decide to phony. Even though I knew this emptied the bag, I thought maybe there's a chance that he would let this go. And remember the first video I showed you guys from this tournament where I basically just blew the tournament in my first game against Jared in the end game. So maybe he would have some like bad memories of all the end games that he blew against me and where there was crazy things happening, and let this go because he wasn't sure, even if he was able to calculate that even if he challenges this and it's valid, he still wins, which you can do if you have enough time in the end game to just figure everything out. So I thought he was going to challenge, but luckily he let me get away with it. It is very difficult to challenge in this spot, and that's why I phonied. So he plays Rink, and I see he has 3 outs, Issue, Sieur, and Sieur, and I just failed to find better plays here. Bedsit is fine, Byreem is fine. I just, for some reason, just couldn't see any plays, which was really bad. But the game was lost. It's just I expect myself to still see these things, and I just didn't. And he goes out with Siar, and that's game over. I lose by 53. What went wrong this game? I played Radix instead of seeing XU for 39. Play Radix for 40. Much worse leave. Gives him Jeu for 54, and I couldn't recover from that. So congrats again to Jared for winning the tournament. This game was pretty brutal, but yeah, I need to do better. So yeah, good game to Jared, and I'll see you guys next round. And at this point, I think my record is 5-5. I guess 6-5 if you count the bye, and I'm just like I'm miserable. So we'll see if I can recover anything in the next games.